Kamphoff here, high performance coach, here to help you master your mindset for a genius life. A few weeks ago, I was asked to provide a workshop for the top executives and managers, as well as salespeople, for consolidated communications. It was an incredible honor, and I was well prepared and did a great job. But afterwards, I was thinking over and over again about the small things that I would have done differently. Like I forgot to say this on my final story, or I should have said that when he asked me that question, or I should have. You get the point. And I realized I was being harshly self-critical when afterwards I was debriefing with the two people that were there to observe me. And one of them said, "That was one of the best presentations I've ever heard." And I was like, "What? Really? Are you sure? Were you at the same presentation that I was?" And he said, "You know what? Everybody was engaged. They were taking notes. And when you told your final story, people gasped. I've never seen a room so engaged." I was like, "What?" It was a complete surprise to me. And I had a big aha moment at that time. I realized that I was being critical and harsh on myself for no reason at all. Now I know you can relate to this story because we all experience self-criticism. And I say this because our internal judge is our number one biggest enemy. Self-criticism happens when we are critical of ourselves, when we're critical of our failures and our weaknesses, and we become our own judge and jury when we self-criticize. Now, here are a few typical examples of self-criticism, and I'm wondering if you recognize any of them. I don't have enough talent, or I'm just too old, too slow, too short, too heavy. I'm just not meant to be a golfer, a runner, a vice president, a manager, an author. I'm not meant to be at the top of my class, or the conference best, or a football star, or the nation's best. You fill in the blank. The problem is that harsh self-criticism sets us up for failure, and it sets us up for misery. Relentless self-criticism inhibits our courage, our confidence, our concentration, our hope, and it inhibits our motivation and excitement for the future. It drains our energy, it negatively impacts our confidence, and it paralyzes our progress. And it's also important to think and understand your self-criticism because the words in your mind determine your identity, your belief in yourself, and your self-image. So today I have 3 strategies for you to use to deal with that self-criticism. So you ready? Here's the first. If you said those things that I just mentioned to a friend, like, you don't have enough talent, or you're too slow, too old, too short, too heavy, it would destroy your relationship with your friend. And it does the same for you. It destroys your relationship with yourself. You begin to hate yourself, distrust yourself, lose confidence in your ability to perform. So instead, talk to yourself like your best friend would, and actually practice it. So to do this, replace your self-critical statement with the opposite self-supporting statement. Something like, "There's no way I could do that." You replace it with, "Of course I could do that. With enough energy, with enough excitement, and with enough practice, I can do anything I put my mind to." So, my friends, will you make it a priority to talk to yourself like your best friend would? Now, the second strategy is to notice your positive qualities. You have many more positive qualities and attributes than you even realize, but you rarely notice them or give yourself credit for them. And I think we do this because we don't want to be too conceited or too cocky. But being mentally strong means that you have inner arrogance. You know inside what your positive qualities are. So I'd encourage you to write 5 positive qualities or 5 positive attributes down on a 3x5 card. Put it by your bed, by your mirror, or in your planner, somewhere where you can remind yourself daily what your positive qualities are. So my friends, will you make it a priority to remind yourself of your positive qualities and take note every day so you can build your confidence and reduce that self-criticism? Now, the third strategy is to be less critical of other people. And this will help you reduce your frequency of self-critical behavior. When you give others a break, you give yourself a break too. So the key is to be non-judgmentally aware of your thoughts. when you're criticizing yourself or when you're criticizing others. And you really have two choices. You can either see the thought just kind of move out of your mind, kind of like a cloud passing by, or you can talk to yourself like you really want to. Talk back to that critical voice inside your head. Tell them why you should be compassionate for yourself. Tell yourself why you should be compassionate for others. So will you make it a priority to be less critical of others so you in turn are less critical of yourself? Because your confidence, your motivation, and your desire beg you to. Your family and your friends beg you to. Because when you are less critical of yourself, you're more happy, you are more confident, and you are more excited about your future. So, my friends, the bravest battle you will fight is the battle within. So please join me in my quest to be less self-critical and to be less critical of others. Today, observe your thoughts without judgment and work to reduce that self-critical behavior so you can stay excited, motivated, and confident for your future. As Brian Tracy said, you are a living magnet, and what you attract in your life is in harmony with your dominant thoughts. Keep focused on your positive thoughts and keep focused on how amazing you are, my friends, to stay excited and confident for the future. Now, I'd love to hear what stood out to you about this video. So send me an email at cindra@cindrakamphoff.com. I can't wait to hear from you. Make it an outstanding day, my friends, and be mentally strong.